The system offered Jin Woo a job change request, so he says, fuck it, why not? I need to get stronger. And it gives him this purple gate for him to go inside. The second he does, he got a box of knight in shining armor. He dodges this slash and counters with his dagger, but he can't pierce through the armor. He's about to take his head off, so he hits the matrix. And he tries and tries again from all different angles, but he can't do any damage at all. The armor is just too thick and his dagger can't do shit. But it has hella openings with its wide swinging attacks. Like Jin Woo did with the snake that had tough armor, he grabbed it and just used his hands like a vice to rip the head apart. And I guess it dies, but he says, can you even call it a monster? It's more like a doll. But then he starts to notice the differences between this and a regular raid. He can't use any of his potions or healing tools, so all of his damage is going to accumulate. So he has to conserve as much mana as possible. That means he can only use his skills when he really has to. He's saying this dungeon is too risky. It's an unknown difficulty, there's no healing and there's no retreat, so he can't underestimate whatever this job change quest is. Then he remembers that he didn't do his daily workout quest either. That shit might come back to bite him in the ass in the middle of this dungeon. While he's thinking, a few more knights are walking down on him, so he just has to lock in and focus on the task at hand. And blitzes like shit, punching the hell out of one of them, sending it crashing into another, and they just fly off screen into a wall. And he jumps up in the air real quick and just crushes this one's head into nothingness before jumping over to the last one and just corkscrewed his head off, like light work. He says, if I can't pierce their armor, I'll just target where their bones would be. He gets to loot their bodies and take some of their armor for himself. The cool thing about this shit is it's invisible to everyone else. He even got like 30,000 gold, but as he's counting the inventory, his senses go off like there's something coming for him, and he stabs upward right next to him, and the tip of the blade disappears, so he hits something. One of the knights was using camouflage, so he's like, hold the fuck up. Before this can even register, he's about to get blasted from behind and weaves it and sees that he's not just fighting knights, but magicians too. The knights he killed before just got back up. And he's like, fuck, if I lose points in strength, then I can't break through the armor. If I have a lower sense, then the assassins can catch me off guard. But because I didn't put enough points into intelligence, I have to save as much energy as possible and stop using the skills altogether. Even though he just keeps taking them out, his fatigue is piling up. So he tries to hide and close his eyes and just get his energy for a second, but the knights are not rocking with that shit at all. All the magicians pulling archers out their ass. He's like, shit, they not about to give me no time to rest. Then they just show him beating the shit out of everybody off screen. He killed them all, and now he's just drinking water and taking a break. Checking his inventory, getting ready to go to the next stage. But even as he approaches the boss's door, he can't comprehend it. The skill of whatever is behind this door. As soon as he opens it, a gust of aura just blasts him in the face. What appears to be a big throne room with an empty throne, like a king's palace type shit. But that's when we start hearing footsteps. Jin Woo's like, oh shit, I remember this feeling. He got PTSD like he back in the Dumble Dungeon. And that's when Yo comes out the shadows, a knight in red armor. He's like, well, I guess all that strong ass aura is coming from this guy. Just look at him. He looks so cold. His name is Blood Red Commander Igris. Jin Woo like, oh shit, hold up. A dark red name, hold up. Hold the fuck up. The system ain't never showed me nothing like this. It says he's a knight that protects the empty throne. He's also a knight that doesn't waste any time at all. And he tries to take Jin Woo's head off. He has to duck that shit quick. Even though he missed, he just cut through the stone pillar like butter. Now Jin Woo is fast enough to counter. His defense is too strong, his dagger can't pierce it. He raises his blade and goes to slash him, and again the destruction from each swing is just crazy. He's able to weave out through the smoke. But Igris is not playing at all. He tried to follow up immediately. He's able to hit the matrix and dodge the blade. And finally, he's able to put some space in between them. Jin Woo over here stressing because this nigga is crazy. He's stronger than me. He's quicker than me. His defense is higher than mine. His dagger can't even do shit to it. So he decides to put it away and says the only way he can do this is with his hands. He also says that this might go even worse. Then this nigga Igris puts down his sword, takes off his cloak. You know you had to let it hang in the air for the hose. Then he throws his knives to the side too, just stares him down like, what's good? Like, this is the hardest shit ever. Jin Woo like, is this chivalry? Nah, you just not taking me seriously. But he looks mighty serious to me, because he just takes off full speed. And I think he hits him in the throat. Bro tried to crush his trachea, and he grabbed him by the hood and launched him back into this wall, sending debris everywhere. He might have slipped a couple of discs on this one. Again, he is not letting up and goes to punch him, but Jin Woo blocks it, but he's still just too strong and punches him through the wall. Again, big ass destructive blast, debris everywhere. He was able to escape. Now, even though he blocked and guarded against it, he still lost hella health, and he does not seem to be letting his foot off the gas. So Jin Woo's like, fuck, can I even beat this nigga? He gets to thinking, even if he loses strength, he still has speed and tries to run up on him, using his sprint to turn into a damn blur. He finds an opening to attack his body, but I think that shit was a trap and he's about to elbow him on the head, but he blocks it and is able to knock it back up and away. And then they just start throwing fucking haymakers, clashing like shit. But in the middle of them exchanging punches, Igris punches him so hard it makes him spin like a top. He's not giving up and uses that momentum to kick him hard as shit in the head. Like, shit was tough. It seemed like that kick only got him activated. Jinwoo felt very quickly how open he was to being attacked. He grabs his leg, winds up his arm, and rocks Jinwoo, sending him flying. He crashes back into this wall, making a crater before falling down into the throne directly below it. Epic foreshadowing, by the way. It looked like Jinwoo is down for the count as he walks up on it. And from across the room, he is able to summon his sword towards him. He catches it out the air, goes to finish RMC in one motion. He had saved some more armor from the nights before and used it to block it. The clash makes this big ass impact tough that he summons back his own dagger and says, "I haven't lost yet," as he stabs him in the eye. As he starts to fall back, he tackles him into one of the stone pillars. Now he pulls out the dagger and goes to use it against him. It's one of Jinwoo's abilities to constantly be able to summon it. No one can take it from him. He calls it back again and roars as he stabs him in the throat and shoved it even farther up into his head. The blood red commander is down for the count. Jinwoo's just happy he can finally catch his breath. He's like, bro, that was really close. My abilities, techniques, skills, none of my shit was better than his. It was pure luck. If I had made any mistakes at all, I would have died. With as strong as he was, he could definitely go toe-to-toe with an A-rank hunter. He levels up and the system starts giving him rewards for slaying him. Like the other nights, he's able to loot his helmet and make himself stronger. But even though he's defeated, his body didn't drop any stones or skills. So, is the mission over yet? The second he stops to catch his breath, a bunch of portals just start opening all around him. And he's like, shit, I knew that wasn't the end of it. Then a timer pops up, and the system says the longer he lasts, the more points he's gonna get. And it says good luck as the timer starts, and a bunch of knights start coming out the portal. Now, even though Jinwoo's exhausted, he can still take them out in his current condition. It's not like they're on Igris' level. He activates his stealth to just hide and last as long as possible. And it's working. The knights can't see shit. But then they also have magicians with them that used a detection skill. It just threw that whole stealth plan out the window. The knights lock onto him immediately and try to chop his ass up. But like he said, he's still stronger than them and just sends a couple of them flying into the walls. Boy locked in, he activated his bloodlust. So he just dogging them, jumping back and forth on their heads, just beating the shit out of a bunch of them collectively. But as you can see, the crowd of knights is like increasing, and eventually one of them does catch him from behind. Pause. But they're coming out of the gates faster than he can beat them up. And he used up so much of his energy trying to hide with stealth. The shit not looking good. Now he doesn't know what he'll get from this job change, but at the way this is looking, it's way too fucking hard. Look at the clock and it's only been 5 minutes. He like, hell no, fuck this, and goes to use this return stone to escape the dungeon. One of the knights cracks him in his arm and sends the stone flying off into the mob of knights. And he hits the ground hard as they all start standing over it. But I guess he ain't like how that looked, cause he explode right back up and send a bunch of them flying. He says it can't end like this. Not with this precious chance he's received, because he was at rock bottom. He longed for the highest place as he like roars and throws a punch, knocking down one of the knights in the front. He's just recalling all the times people called him the weakest. Deadass gave him the title of the world's weakest hunter, just how people would constantly be concerned about him. Then a voice in his head says, wasn't that all your fault? Why do you always move away from the safe road and dance with death on every occasion? Isn't it a great fortune that an E-rank hunter like you was able to grow this much? Jinwoo looks like he's seen a ghost. Then they show us and it's his old self. He's just sizing him up, saying, I can't believe we're the same person. You're taller, gained a lot of muscle, and you look sharper. You even just look stronger. But the only thing that has changed was your appearance. You're still a weakling. And the difference between me and you is, once again, you're about to get yourself killed, as this knight is about to swing down on him. But on the outside, he just punches it away. E-rank hunter Sun Jinwoo. In the end, that's all you are. If you don't know how to control yourself, your courage becomes recklessness. Jinwoo tells him to shut up as he bashes another knight's head in. Then one of them just like looks at him and poses for rocking him with this crazy body shot, sending him flying towards another knight who punches him down into the ground. Like they're comboing his ass. He's holding him down as the rest surround him. The old hymn says you have a long way to go. From now on, you have to kill more people and sacrifice or leave behind a lot of people, including family and friends. You will be the one to bring about your own demise. He he's really like passing out as the night goes to finish him. But then the system's alarm goes off about his daily workout quest. Didn't get his push-ups, sit-ups, and running in. The other him is like, they also say that luck is a skill, so it looks like leaving you here to die was too much of a waste. He says see you and walks away. As this night goes to finish him, he just hits the ground and Jinwoo is gone, off into the desert of the penalty zone. He really got saved by his fucking workout regimen. He's just grateful as shit, like to think he would come out of that situation alive. He only got 93 health left out of fucking 10,000. He remembers that the system did wish him good luck at the very start of it. He's just like, luck, coincidence, whatever the fuck, I don't care. He opens up the store to buy himself some potions. He can restore his fatigue, but he still can't restore his health, which is a problem because he's gonna have to go back in there. He figures he'll restore his health through leveling up here. But even if he may die in one hit, the boy says he's never felt better.